Hello, everybody! Hello, and hello.
Hello.
It's Ryan and
Toko.
hey, guys. Maybe long time no see for some of you, but nice to see you again for
Right.
some of you, and welcome to TANQ for some of you as well.
Welcome.
Yes. So it's me, yes, Ryan and Toko, and we will be, of course, this is over YouTube. I think you guys clicked on this through the link, I believe, the email that you guys got. So just to let you know that we usually do it through Zoom, right? And when we do Zoom, we do all different type of interactive things, so we can see like what you're doing, for example. So
Right.
what we also use is we also use like a whiteboard.
Okay. So make sure you guys
Yes.
have your whiteboards and pens or paper is fine as well.
Yes. So when you guys are actually doing lessons with us, for example, if you guys write something like, do you like, for example, ice cream, for example, you just be like, oh, yes, for example, and you hold it to the screen, and then we do like a group survey type of thing. So it's kind of like an interactive. So it's like you're with like 50, 100 other people in the room, and then you just kind of have your answers and all that. So we do that through Zoom. Other things we also do is, of course, was it quiz stuff?
Right.
Right. And some of you know, yes, Kahoot. I often say it as Kahoot. And then we also use, yes, Kahoot. So as you guys know, we say it 3 times. We do Kahoot as well. When we do have our 4 selections, we have you guys enter what you guys think. And then we show you how it looks like in the back here. So we give you like 4 selections up here.
Exactly.
That's how we do it. Yes.
Right. And also, since we're doing it on Zoom, we can
Yes.
see each other's faces.
Yes. So that's another thing as well. Since it's global, of course, it's in English. I'd like all of you guys, of course, if you're watching at home, of course, just so that you know, when we're doing Zoom, you can change your names to whatever name you'd like to be called. And then another thing we also like to do is also for you to like write like what country you're from, right? So, Toko, what's some interesting countries we had before they participated from, like?
Well, we had like Singapore.
Okay.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Well, that's not a country, but
somewhere in the world. California, somewhere, I think. California, San Francisco, maybe. And where else did we have? London.
Right,
Yes,
London.
London. Yes. So you guys have the opportunity to meet all of the global friends and global partners that we do have in our community, and I think it's great. So as we are here just doing Zoom, as you know, what we're doing today is, yes, guys, with me, we are doing elements. Yes, and what we say always is we welcome you always to the world of elements. And as you see behind me, all of these things in this little white plastic jars, okay, is possibly elements, possibly things that you've known and what it is. It's not just adding and putting words together like CUP. So if you add these two, you make a cup, for example.
Oh, it's not?
Possibly.
Maybe we'll find out more about it.
Yes, or you know, if you put other things together like a TA and a P, maybe you get a tap.
Tap water.
Possibly. But there's so many things out there, and we don't always know what things are, what they are. And when we ask the question, of course, you guys are thinking, what are elements?
What are elements?
What are elements? What
That
are
is a broad
elements?
question.
It is. Yes. So elements. Anyone out there, excuse me, yes. Early in the morning for us here. Any of you, yes, have an idea of what typically or what are these elements here?
Maybe something floating in the air.
Something floating in the air, okay,
Something you
like
can
a small little dust thing, kind of floating in the air, kind of thing. Yeah.
Maybe it could be Ryan.
Possibly me. Maybe you guys will have a chance to see my element dance as well. We did make something new for you guys, new series. Yes, yes. But when you think of what are elements, actually, you think about things that maybe is something like this.
Oh.
Yes, it is, of course, a picture of Earth, but it's not Earth, but it is also what we say elements are Earth's materials.
Earth materials.
When you think of Earth materials, you think of things, for example, Earth materials. What is like an Earth material? Like, could it be like the sun, for example? Or could it be something like this?
Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Water.
And yes,
Mhm.
right? So that kind of gives you a better image of what elements are. But some of you thinking at home, you're like, no, 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 oh, no,
Right.
Earth's materials.
These aren't elements.
Wait a minute, Earth's materials, elements. Some of you science majors out there, or some of you very smart people about science, maybe you know more about me. So I think you're either shouting at the screen like, oh, no, 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 no,
Those
no, no,
are
no, 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 no,
elements.
no, no, right? So you're thinking, no, wait, I have this in my hand, and this is an element. Right? You think maybe yes, no, maybe yes, no. So, your image of elements, of course, is maybe something like this, possibly like me. I'm a very easy believer, and it's something like this. But to let you guys know what actually elements are, you guys probably already know this one, which is this here. Ooh.
Very shiny.
Very shiny. This is a shiny. Yes, as we say, it is an element. Shiny and expensive, possibly. And you guys all know that this is
gold.
yes, all of you guys know it is gold here. Yes, and gold is used in so many things. All of you guys know. I don't have anything gold. I'm not that rich like you guys there. Yes, but it is used in things, for example, like this here above my head. On the other side, yes, we have gold bars. Who's seen a gold bar before? Anyone?
I've seen gold chocolate bars.
Gold chocolate. It's probably a fake one, Toko. Stop,
Really?
stop joking around, Toko. Oh my goodness. And we have this here to the yes. We also have gold coins.
Gold medals as well.
Right. So all of these are very, very, very yes, possibly yes, the elements, right? But all of you guys have an image. Of course, you get like a gold Olympic medal, which is pretty cool, right? Like all the Olympians out there, and you also have what comes. Gold is first, and second is
silver.
All of you guys know they look something like this, right? So when you win the Olympic game, they give you like this piece of metal. Right?
Do they get those? Really?
Possibly, yes. You guys know all this silver, yes. And most things you guys find silver is, for example, things like this. Like a ring when people get married, for example, or things like in Toko's house, very huge and large. You find all of these very silvery utensils and expensive things all in the jar.
Silver jewelry in my treasure box.
Right, and you guys know that's first, right? So first is gold, second is silver, and third is
bronze.
Right, when you win that, you get this, right? You need to put that rock over your neck. Right? You said bronze, right? Was that bronze? Let's see if you guys are right. It is actually copper.
Copper.
Bronze is a mixture of two different things.
Copper and tin.
Took the words out of my mouth, Toko. Yes, so copper and tin is what it's made of. And things for copper, I mean, if you may or may not know, of course, it's made things like this, which is to this side again. Thank you guys for catching me. And up on this side, we also have things like a pot, right? So some of you have maybe a copper pot in your house. I don't. Anyone have a copper pot in their house?
Maybe
No?
like a stew pot,
Yeah.
copper pot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but these things, for example, are, yes, elements. And we also have, yes, your 10 yen coin, for all of you that know there. But as we bring out my, yes, human person, we know that. Wait a minute.
What?
Copper? Wait a minute, Toko. We find this in our body?
Really? Oh.
Yes, we find these copper tubes running through our body so that we can survive the cold.
these copper pots somewhere in our body.
Yes, you know, sometimes you see like back there, it's a little round, for example. But no. Elements are very basic example. And of course, in our bodies, we have all different types of elements, just to let you guys know. And you guys are thinking, copper? Why do I have like this type of metal in my body? Well, that's for you to discover. But as we discussed about our gold, yes, silver, and copper, we also like to consider why it blinks. But not only why it blinks, we'd also like to know how much is it. Anyone out there have they ever bought like gold, for example, that was in the form of this?
Anyone?
No,
Anyone?
anyone? No, I don't hear anybody. No. You guys got to be a little bit louder. I don't hear them. Oh, me. For example. So today, what we're going to do, yes, with you, we are going to do just a short little test. Well, we'll say quiz.
Quiz.
What we are testing is we're seeing how much is actually a grain of gold.
Oh.
Grain of gold, meaning it's something like, well, if it's your guys' fingernails, maybe like
Pinky. Maybe pinky.
maybe your pinky, but I would say like maybe half the size, since
half the size
we're
of
the
your
bigger children, and I think you guys are the small children. Maybe half. We saw a grain of rice, right? It's pretty tiny. It's like this.
Grain of gold, right?
A grain of gold, yes. So a grain of rice, we say, and then we say here, yes. So a grain of gold is actually how much do you guys think it is? Imagine now, and it is. Is it 50 cents? $5? Is it $50? Or is it $500? All of you guys thinking what you guys are thinking. Which do you guys think in it? Is it this one? Is it this one?
I mean,
is it this one?
it's a
Is it this
small
one?
grain
Yes.
of gold, so it shouldn't be that expensive.
Right, you guys are thinking, should it be that expensive, right? So all of you guys have your answers there. Everyone ready? I think all of you guys are ready because I say I'm ready and I have yes. So since you guys are all ready, all you guys sent over your telepathic answers. So the answer is here. So all of you guys know is $50. Yes, $50. There's so many things, and things, and a lot of things that you can buy at $50, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of food. Maybe that's a lot of fast food. Maybe at like a fast food restaurant, for example.
5
like,
meals.
Yeah, a happy meal, or we have 5 members here. I can buy all of them a happy meal. But yes, gold, of course, is very expensive, and as you guys see how small it is, we actually see how small it is in comparison to a hand.
Right.
So maybe here in this hand, maybe that's about maybe I don't know, maybe 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, maybe.
Can't even count.
Can't even count for just that small amount in your hand, for example. I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason is, it's so expensive here, as you know that gold is $50, is because for some reason there is not that much gold out there. For some reason. All of you guys maybe are thinking,
But at the same time, it's so popular.
Popular, yes. And all of these should be the same price, maybe because they're difficult to find. So the next question is, yes, our blinking silver. Yes, as we look for silver, we look for a grain of silver. And how much do you guys think it is going to cost? How much do you think it's going to cost? How much do you think it's going to cost?
A grain of silver.
Yes.
How much could it be?
So if you think of, yes, the gold was $50, for example. So the grain of silver is maybe $10 for a grain, $5, or is it $1, or is it, again, 50 cents?
Well, grain of gold was $50.
Yes,
so it
yes.
should be closest.
Maybe close, right? Maybe
Yeah.
close. Maybe close. Maybe kind of more on the expensive side, maybe, or maybe on the cheaper side. I don't know. Up to you guys. See. So, as you guys are finally writing your answer, and you guys have your answer, and you guys sent it to me, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Excellent. So good. So we'll see what kind of answer you guys actually see, and whether you got it right. The answer is 50 cents.
Just 50 cents?
I thought it was going to be at least $10, for example. What about you, Toko?
Yeah, me too.
That's just how the world works, yes. But as we go back, we look at our elements here. You see that there are different prices. $50 for our gold, 50 cents for our silver, and our most expensive in the class is a penny!
A penny!
Oh my goodness, a penny!
Copper is just a penny? Oh no.
You imagine how much copper you could buy with $50 or with $10 or with $20, for example. You can buy so much copper, maybe you can be like a copper exporter.
Well, I don't want a bronze medal anymore.
Right, so as surprised as you guys here, and yes, you are too. I do, yes, as you guys know how much gold, yes, silver, and copper is, for example. And other elements I'd like to introduce you guys to is none other than, wow, so cool, this thing.
A piece of rock?
A piece of rock, excellent, yes. in your scientific method and scientific words, we like to say that this is, yes, all you guys know is carbon.
Carbon.
Where can you find carbon, guys?
Maybe when you're studying.
Maybe when you're studying. When you close your eyes, you see that blackness. It's like,
I see the copper.
you see, yeah, copper. Oh, copper. I see carbon, maybe.
Oh, carbon.
No. That was a big hint, Toku. Thanks for the big hint. The big hint is because carbon is used in things, for example, like, yes, above here you can see is in pencils, as well as when you guys, summer just kind of ended for some areas in the world, yes, we use it for barbecues as well.
Right.
Back again, are we? Yes, we find carbon in our body, even though we use it to burn, for example. Carbon?
Really?
Right. So when I don't have enough carbon in my body, as I like to introduce you guys, like to take a pencil. I'd like to put it in my mouth, chew on it when I don't have enough. And when I'm done with it, it will, yes, fill up my body. And I will be so amazed that I will be delicious.
You're gonna eat a piece of pencil?
So whenever you guys need, yes, that carbon, you guys just take a bite of a pencil. But don't tell anyone I told you that. Yes. Other things, for example, we also have is like this. All you guys know this, and all you guys have probably seen this before. It is
iron.
Iron. Yes, and you guys find this where?
Maybe somewhere around your house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
somewhere in your house, for example. Yes, where do you guys find this? And of course, you guys have all seen this before. Of course, you find it in, yes, nuts and bolts and screws, for example. But also, you guys find it also in things like this here.
Oh, iron pipes.
Iron pipes, yes. Right. So you guys not only find them there, you also find them in...
Hello.
Hey. In your body as well.
Oh.
Yes. So all of that, like hard iron, for example, you guys find, like, see if you look above your head, maybe if you're in your house, maybe you don't see it, but if you see like an iron pipe somewhere, or if you see in like the engine of the car, for example, sometimes you see like iron or some type of metal being used. Of course, it might be mixed, for example. Yes.
Right. So if you're lacking iron, you can always chew on a metal pipe, iron pipe.
Yes. Yes, you can. You guys thought there was gonna be a video of me eating, yeah? No. Moving along. Yes, we found, yes, this also is a yellow thing. It looks like a cool gem of some sort that I'd like to put into like a ring, for example. Yeah. Very cool, and it's also shiny, but it's not only shiny, we can find it in areas like this.
Ooh, rainbow rate.
It does look nice, right? But also we find it areas like this. Its distinctive features are, of course, you guys can see are around these areas, right? Because it's not just a typical rock, for example. Of course, the yellow color is very distinctive, and yes, you guys all know that it is...
What is that face?
The smelly sulfur.
Sulfur.
Yes, you guys find sulfur. Yes, sulfur you find in things, for example, like this here.
Oh.
Garlic and onions, for
Right.
example. But it's
They
also
stick.
used, right, in different things as well. So, question, do you guys think it is found in, sulfur is found in perfume or deodorizer when your house is smelly, insecticide to kill that bug, or do you find it in your grandfather's poo-poos? You're fart. Oh my goodness. We have 4 selections for you guys to choose from, and since all of you guys are probably already ready, you guys thinking, what is stinky? All of you guys are ready? Give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Difficult question.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. As we look at this, and you guys are thinking, which one is it? The answer is none other than... I thought it was fart. All of you guys picked the same one. It is insecticide.
Insecticides.
Insecticide has sulfur in it, and the reason is, well, as some people like to use it when they kill those big roaches, for example. To give you proof, In Japan, they use things like this here, of course.
Oh, it says sulfur in Japanese.
Yes, so the sulfur is used there, of course, to, of course, control those like speedy creatures that you guys find in your house, right? And of course, you guys probably wouldn't find this in your body, right? If I press that next button and that guy shows up again, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Here we go. Is he there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We find this stinky stuff in our body as well.
Oh no.
Sulfur is in our body. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
I think that's why you stink a little bit, Ryan.
I shower every day.
I'm kidding.
Yes, but other elements as well. We also have this here. Yes, this is, all of you guys know is, well, it's tin.
Tin.
Tin in its element form here. You find it in, for example, things like buckets, as well as if you mix it, you can make, you know, those cool, like, you know, like me, myself, you like those cool Japanese swords, those like samurai swords, for example. So that's how it's made of. And other things also made of is this. But very similar, and sometimes it is difficult to see what it actually is. We also find things like this.
A cube, maybe a dice.
Yeah, it's a cube or a dice, for example. I'll give you guys a hint. It's very heavy.
It's heavy.
You guys think of anything that's very heavy, for example?
Maybe an elephant.
Maybe an elephant. Yes, it could possibly be, as you know, maybe that heavy as an elephant. But it is here. Some of you guys may or probably already do know. It is, of course, lead.
Lead.
Lead here is used in. Which one do you guys think?
Quiz time.
Yes, it is quiz time. Is it used in Toko for me?
In a barbell.
Or
to gym.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling balls.
A bowling ball, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it used?
Bullets.
Bullet. What else? We have the last one there is a
tank.
Tank. I think that is
heavy.
They are very. I think they are all very, very, very heavy. Yes.
Which one could it be?
Which you guys thinking is? I give you 5 seconds again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time up. Are you guys ready? Yes. All you guys know?
Yes.
Excellent. So as we do this here, we'll look at a barbell, bowling or bullet, and which one you think is most heavy. I always think it is
tank.
Yes.
Tank.
It is the answer is bullet. Yes, all of you guys know bullets are made of lead here, as we see. Yes, bullets are made of lead here, and the reason they are made of lead is, Toko,
if it's too light, it's gonna just bounce off.
So if it's like an iron bullet, for example, maybe that bullet would come towards me simply like this, and if it was an iron bullet, yes, it would be bounce off and this fall to the ground like
Not strong enough.
Not strong enough, for example. As some of you may or may not know, of course, in the past, now it's a little bit different. They use also lead in batteries, as you guys see here up to the top here. But as lead is not really one of the most beautiful things to see in the world, of course, as an element, we also see this beautiful thing every single day in our lives. Ooh. Yes.
Very shiny.
Very, very shiny. Believe it or not, you guys probably use this every day.
Really?
Right? Possibly. I always thought you guys use it every day. Yes, all of you guys are probably guessing it right, because nowadays, of course, you guys take your temperature, right? Some of you guys use it maybe digitally, so that might leave you guys out. But this here is mercury.
Mercury.
Mercury, as I said, is used in things, and maybe you guys haven't used it before. It's used in things like a thermometer.
Oh, I mean, your parents might know it more than you.
Yes. And in other things as well is, you guys look at this every day. No, not me. It is a mirror.
Oh, really?
So you guys use a mirror as well, for example. Yes, but there is a story that I'd like to tell you guys about Mercury. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You sure? Are you sure? Are you guys sure? Let's see if you guys can actually send me over that message. You guys want to hear the story?
Yes.
Fine. You guys already. You guys are. Tell you guys any story. I'll tell you a story for days. Yes. The story of the Mercury here, as we bring along, yes, one of the first. We'll say the first Chinese emperor is here. I'll tell you a little story. Is he He was a very powerful ruler.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say back in the days, yes. And in those days of China, for example, if some of you guys know more about history, you guys can tell me a little bit more about this gentleman here. But he wanted to live so long that he got obsessed with the image that he was going to rule for many, many, many tens and thousands, 100 millions, and 50,000 million, trillion, kabillion years. Yes. But, of course, since he's the king, he's not going to go out and find it by himself. He's going to tell, of course, his, today we'll use servants. We won't use slaves. We'll use servants. His servants that serve him to go and look for something, well, a medicine of some sort that would create some way where he could live forever.
What?
Yeah. Believe me? No. Well, this servant, of course, was very obsessed because if that servant did not find what they was looking for, he would be
executed? Oh no.
It's not a dance. Yes. Executed.
Oh no.
He'd be executed if he didn't find it. So, of course, you know, if you guys were given a job to find something, if not, you would be executed. Went into the forest. He went to look for everything, for example, and just see, you know, kind of what things he could find. And he came across, yes, this shiny liquid type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He thought when he found it, I have found the secret to eternal life.
Ooh.
He brought it back to this first emperor and he said, this is the eternal medicine. He took not just one gulp, not 2 gulps, not 3 gulps, 4, but 5 gulps of this. And
What?
died.
He died?
Mercury, as all of you know here, that mercury is found, of course, in thermometers, but it is also very, very poisonous and dangerous for us.
Oh no.
Even just a little bit. All of you out there, knowing that it is very dangerous, do not drink any type of mercury that you find. And of course, because it's so dangerous, you would definitely not find this in our body, right?
No.
If this guy comes out again, I don't know, I might just end the lesson here today.
What?
Again? Well, apparently he wants to tell you guys something that, yes, we find, yes, this mercury in our body, as surprised as you and I are, What? Mercury in a human body? Well, I asked him, are you really sure if it's dangerous? Why are we going to put it in our body? Well, of course, that's not up to us because that's up to our body to find whether or not we can have a little bit of mercury in our body. And what he said is, how much do we actually have? He just said, just a little bit. So, you guys have mercury in your body. You guys have sulfur in your body as well. And maybe you might possibly also have this in your body here.
A piece of rock?
Right. Maybe you guys have a rock. Maybe you guys like eating rocks, for example. Yes. All of you guys know here that it is up there at the top. We're changing positions. It is antimony. Antimony is found in things here, and I'd probably like to explain to you later when we have Mr. Hussein, of course. Many of you or maybe do not know, but Hussein. Remember Hussein, okay? 3 times Hussein. He is, yes, from Egypt, as he did explain a little bit more about what it's actually used for. It is used in makeup, for example, and he explained, of course, as you guys see here, it gives it that dark color, for example. Yes. So, it's not found in your body, not that we know of at this point. But as I introduced to you guys, 10 of the elements here, all of you guys know that they are from the top, yes? Gold, silver, copper, iron, tin, mercury, lead, carbon, sulfur, and antimony. Yes, all of you guys got it right, yes?
That was fast.
Okay.
Gold, silver, copper, iron, tin, mercury, lead, carbon, sulfur, antimony.
Toko. No. I'm going to give you guys a chance to practice at home. You guys can pause it here and practice it 3 times. Okay? Ready? Go!
Gold, silver, copper, iron, tin, mercury, lead, carbon,
antimony, sulfur, carbon, mercury, tin,
gold,
silver,
antimony.
copper, lead, iron, gold, silver, copper.
Did you guys get it?
I think all of you guys got it. To give you guys more practice at home, I think all of you guys did get it. Yes? All of you guys got it, correct? Yes, 3 times?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, excellent. So, you guys can practice that at home. Just to remember it as well, you guys can also do something like this. So, if you guys pause it here and see what it actually is, yes, you guys will possibly remember these 10 by the time we meet the next time. Yes, but as I started to explain what the elements are, some of you guys are thinking, wait a minute, you guys talked about earth materials, but we didn't really talk about what earth materials are.
Right.
Right. So as we did show you the picture before, of course, we had these gentlemen, of course, of history and the past, we'll say people of the Greek times, of course, came and told us here that everything is composed of water. Everything is composed of air. Other thing is everything is composed of fire. And everything is composed of earth, for example. So these gentlemen, of course, came out and told us all of these, yes, are elements.
Right. So these were different opinions.
All different opinions. But the gentleman that came across and actually put all of them together had said, wait a minute, all of them are elements. As we like to introduce our first gentleman to the stage today, all of you guys should know he is the famous, and yes, more famous than I or you or someone else in your backyard, is this gentleman here. And we call him, yes, you guys know is Aristotle. Aristotle was everything and anything during the past. He was a biologist. He was a physicist. He was an alchemist. He was a chemist. He was a marine biologist. He was a teacher. He was a teacher. But as we say today, we like to call him the pioneer of all studies. Yes. As a pioneer of all studies, he came up with that 4 image. And what we like to call it today is, for you guys, we will call them the 4 elements.
The 4 elements.
The way he came about this theory, of course, as you guys see, maybe is here, right? As we look here, and I'm going to look back just a little bit, as you see, we see the mixture here. Trying to follow the finger. Fire and the earth.
Earth is dry.
Yes. Of here, I'm going to do a little bit slowly. Not used to this backward. We see the earth and the water, right? And then we have the water, and then we have up here to the sky, right? You know, for the air, for example. And then we have the air here, and up here the fire here, for example. So this theory that he kind of came up with is the reason why he came up with all of this. Right. Do you guys kind of have an image? Yes, kind of. Well,
fire is warm and dry. Dirt is dry and cool. Water is cool and wet. And air is wet and warm. Wet and warm,
for example. You guys kind of have an idea, for example, right? So some people actually kind of took it a little bit step further as well. And the reason why they came up with that is because, of course, the tree is composed of water, air, and earth. Yes? Right. So, of course, it's water. Of course, it needs water. It needs air, of course, to be, you know, alive. And, for example, of course, there's fire, for example, it'll be back to earth and then back all over again. But the other thing as well, right? We also have this here. So, lava, this is composed of fire, water, and earth. So, the lava needs, of course, water, of course, to flow, for example. And then, of course, at the end, you know, when it all cools down, it creates earth, right?
Right.
So, simply understood, right? Of course, there are other different theories I would like to introduce to you today. Of course, not only these 4. There were other people that also came up with these things, for example. Yes, we say that this Chinese gentleman, of course, thought about this process a little bit easier for you guys to understand. As you see at the top, the fire produces earth, right? Earth bears metals, for example, you know, in the earth. And then, of course, in the early morning, the metal collects water, like condensation, for example. And, of course, as you see, the water will nourish wood, as you guys saw earlier in the picture. And then they grow tree. And then, of course, trees, you know, it will feed a fire, for example.
Right.
And this here, if any of you guys would like to correct me, I would like to pronounce it as whooshing.
Whooshing.
So we had these 2, we'll say, thinking and theories in the past. Of course, we had whooshing and we had the 4 elements.
Right.
Yes. But some of you have heard of course, whooshing here to the right, but here to the left, I think it might be on your guys' right screen, but here, right, the 4 elements is something that you heard of before. Why is that? Because that thought process, of course, was believed over thousands and thousands of years, and that's the reason why it lasted. This thinking, and of course all of these topics here, made up what all of you guys know, of course maybe you guys have studied in your science class, is known as, yes, the 4 elements.
The 4 elements.
And these 4 elements, of course, were around for many and thousands of years until this gentleman.
Who is this gentleman?
I like his hat. I like his beard. I do like his hair. It's the reason why I made my hair this way, as well as the way he dresses. This gentleman, does anyone know who he is?
Anyone? I like his scarf.
I know his scarf. I don't know if it's really a scarf, Toko, but yes, neither. Possibly, right? It could be a scarf, yes. We'd like to welcome everybody. Please don't give a round of applause until after you think it's actually good. We'd like to welcome today the first gentleman, and the person who will try to prove things wrong is Mr. Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon, yes, and today we'll call him the science pioneer. However, during these times, of course, in the Greek period, there are all of these people who thought that it was definitely the four, of course. Mm-hmm. And some of them also thought that, yes. Oh, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right? Mm-hmm. But there were some people who thought, like down here, this gentleman was, I think he's wrong. Mm-hmm. No.
Must be wrong.
Right, and other people also thought, I'm hungry.
Not thinking at all.
Not thinking about this. Francis Bacon came out and thought about the way that people thought, and this 4 elements was the things that made up the world. But he thought to himself that this was simply just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yes, ridiculous. Ridiculous. But he thought that the way that you could do things is experiment.
Mm-hmm.
All of you guys have done experiments, right? Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Maybe no. Mm-hmm.
All of you guys have also done
observation.
Yes, observation. And when we mix these two here with the experiment and observation, we come up with the scientific method. Scientific method. Yes, all of you guys know what it is. Yes, all of you guys know what a scientific method is. Yes. Mr. Francis Bacon also thought about all things, and of course he thought, one of the big things he thought is that knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
The more knowledge you have, the more you can use it for the better of, we'll say, human society and better things, for example. But also in Latin, of course, these words that he came up with something like this. And the root of words that we know here,
scientia.
As some of you guys have already pointed out, we take this word here to make what you guys know is today science. So as all of you guys are at home thinking, like, oh, that's where the word came from, we'd like to say thank you to Mr. Francis Bacon. All of you guys at home, please give him a round of applause. Yay! Yes, the science pioneer. Yes, as you guys know, here is Francis Bacon. Of course, was not the only gentleman, because we also have, you guys know, is the famous Mr. G. We'll call him Mr. G because you guys probably already know his name, right? You guys know his name. Mr. G. Yes. But Mr. Bacon is also joined by these gentlemen as well. I think you guys know who's the... yes, you guys recognize this person, right? Of course.
Some, maybe some, a little bit. I didn't recognize that one.
Okay. You don't have to be mean, Toko, yes. But yes, as the gentleman we have here, of course, we'll say, not the founding fathers, but we say, of course, are the science geniuses we have here. As we look here, when we say the greatest genius, we say, is this gentleman here. All of you know is Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton, the greatest.
We say the greatest genius. He came up with the Newton law of everything. So he came up with so many things, and so many things that we use nowadays, for example, right? Also, you guys may or may not know Mr. Robert Hooke.
Robert Hooke.
The charismatic scientist. Not only him, but also you guys know, or maybe you don't know. He's probably one of the most significant gentlemen. Of course, they're all significant and most important. But this gentleman here, I'd like for you guys to say together with me, is Robert Boyle.
Robert Boyle.
Excellent. Robert Boyle here today will say that he is the chemistry pioneer.
Right? Okay.
When you guys think of chemistry, what is chemistry, for example, right?
Right.
I don't know if you guys think of what chemistry is, and with chemistry, of course, it's a part of maybe science. But all of you guys know science, of course, is a huge category, and in science, we find many categories such as this, right? You guys know, right? Toko likes astronomy, right? Medicine, biology, geology, physics, and wait a minute.
Ooh,
Elements.
That sounds familiar.
Elements. Yes, all you guys know here. Yes, elements, of course, is part of the sciences. All of you guys probably have touched it before, probably done some type of experiment before, right? But Robert Boyle, of course, in our case today, is our main character today. And he is, of course, the chemistry pioneer, as all of you guys know. But Robert Boyle was not just a person who did chemistry. As you guys know, of course, we have these 4 elements. Yes, all of you guys know. He wanted to explore something.
Right.
And that decision to explore something was of these 4. Can you guys kind of imagine what it might have been? Fire, earth, air, water, for example.
Maybe like the dirt. So he can like soil or earth.
So dirt, soil, or earth. Stuff. Kind of easy to get, right? For example. Right. I think it's maybe one of the most easier ones he decided to study, and it was air.
Air.
Wait a minute. Air. I don't think air is easy to study, right?
Yeah.
You guys are thinking, air.
I mean, it is all over around us.
It is around us, but have you ever experimented with it, right? No, probably, right? Or some of you thinking, oh, yes. But the question is, how did he actually explore it, right?
Right.
What do you guys think? And how did he do it? Did he like start breathing, for example? Or did he, I don't know, how did he explore air? Toko, any ideas?
Maybe he was able to catch some air, place it in a different environment, or smell it. Or...
smell it, for example, catch some air. So like he was going for like a basketball dunk, for example. Catch some air. Different air? Catch some air? Oh, okay. Catch some air. Much similar to that, he actually did create a state without air.
Oh, a state without air?
And he did it by doing this.
Onion?
It's an onion. Yes, it is. It's a floating onion.
No. What is it actually?
This here is actually what we'll say. Today we'll just say an air pump, for example. It's something, yes, that is used to remove the air in the environment that it's in. Yes, this is a very complicated, very, very complicated piece of equipment which we do not know. So how are we going to make it simple today for you guys? We are going to give you this.
Oh, a jar.
Much like what Toko said, yes, Mr. Robert Boyle decided to use a jar. Well, not a jar. We'll say today's experiment, we're going to use a jar. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a clock into the jar.
Okay.
So what do you guys think is going to happen when we put a clock into a jar with no air? This air is sucked out.
Okay, can't really imagine the situation, but let's find out.
Any idea? Yes. So, what he did actually find out here is... If you guys are Robert Boyle, you guys are thinking, wait a minute, what actually happened here? He found out, he's like, oh my goodness. But the question is for you guys today, what actually happened to that clock? Did it, stop. Did it go in reverse?
Ooh.
Pretty cool. Did it have no reaction at all? Or did it, all of you guys are expecting it to explode? Hopefully all of you guys have kind of thought about what will happen to it. Yes, stop, reverse. Yes, no reaction. Or explode. You guys have thinking time for 3 seconds. 3, 2. Explode. Yes, well, he found that when he put the clock into a non-air environment, it was like this. And he said, yabai. Yes.
Yabai.
Yabai. All of a sudden, Japanese yabai. Yes. Because, yes, the clock didn't stop. No, most serious thinking, it stopped maybe. Yes, I thought the same thing. But no, he couldn't hear the clock ticking.
What? So it was still moving, but you couldn't hear it?
So still moving, right? But you couldn't hear it. There was no air. For example, I know some of you out there are thinking, I don't believe you, liar, for example. Yes. Well, second experiment. We are going to put not just a clock in there, but we are going to put, yes, all of you guys guessed, not me. It is a bee.
What? Not you? Poor bee.
We're about the same size, right? We're about the same. Oh, not the same. Oh, not the same size. Yes. What do you guys think will happen to the bee when you put it into the jar? Will it, yes, all of you guys guessed it, survive? Will it accelerate, or will it stop?
Stop moving,
Stop moving, like floating in the air, or will it die?
Oh no.
All of you guys have, we'll say, we'll give you 5 seconds to think about what will happen to the bee. What will happen to the bee? We'll give you 5 seconds. 5,
accelerate
4, 3,
to run away
2,
from the
1.
airless.
Time up! Yes, all of you guys thought, yes, maybe it will possibly survive, stop, accelerate, or die. The answer is... die.
Oh no.
Robert Boyle put, the bee into the jar. And what happened when he did put the bee into the jar? Of course, as it was... happily floating around, yes, as there was a jar with no air. Oh no. Bye, Mr. B. But of course, many of you are thinking maybe because the bee was so tiny that it couldn't last in the jar. But
right.
Robert Boyle thought about a whole nother example of what to do next. And what he actually did was put this in the jar.
No!
A bird. When he put the bird into an environment with no air, the bird, of course, was so happy. But eventually...
oh no!
It died. Robert Boyle, of course, did not want to start and continue using, yes, living things. So he decided to use something a little bit more practical. Yes, we don't want to see living things die, right? So what we did, and what he did, is he put, yes, a candle.
Okay.
Into the jar. And all of you guys are thinking, yes, it exploded. And the cap went off and just blew off to the top of the roof, right?
Yes.
Yes? So you guys want to see what happens?
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Where did the fire go?
I don't know.
Did Robert Boyle get it?
I think he got it. I think he got it, guys. So he let us in on his secret. And what he found was this. Air is needed to transmit sound. Living things cannot survive without it, and fire goes out without air.
Right.
Okay. I see, Mr. Robert Boyle. You're a tricky guy. You're tricky. So these are the 3 things that he did find, of course, when there is a non-air environment, of course, with his huge, you saw his huge thing, right?
Right.
His huge air pump that he used, right?
These are his observations from his experiments.
Yes, and what he did from his experience, there were also other people that started to look at different types of airs. For example, fixed air. Fixed air was found by Mr. Black, yes, as you saw here. Other gentlemen, of course, was inflammable air found by Mr. Cavendish. Other people as well, Mr. Rutherford, and noxious air. And last but not least, we have here Mr. Presley found deflogisticated air. Yes, again, guys, deflogisticated. One more time again. Deflogisticated air. Thank you very much, Soko, on that follow. Yes, so they looked into other and different types of airs, and all of you guys know, of course, there aren't just one type of air around us. Example, of course, there's all different types of airs that are floating around, for example. But you kind of have to do, yes, your scientific method to do that. And that scientific method, of course, we took that work away from you guys because why? We are here at the TANQ Science Laboratory, and it's me, Ryan, and
Choco.
We are doing your experiment time! Yeah. We have, Choco,
2 white powders.
Doesn't have a smell.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh. We can create a gas, and as you can see here, as it is bubbling up, we are trying.
There's a lot of bubbles.
Maybe you can put 2 together.
Bubbles.
Yes. As you kind of shake it up a little bit, Toko, you can see, guys, at the bottom, you see it is bubbling a little bit. I believe it is self-cleaning to some extent. As we are actually going to see what happens when we light a fire. 3, 2, 1. Oh my. That was our experiment time here from TANQ Global Science Laboratory. Thank you. So what actually happens there? All of you guys can think like, wait a minute, they do experiments at TANQ Global with elements?
I'm curious.
I know all of you are curious. All of us here are also curious, which is why we did a little bit longer experiment. Of course, we did cut out the good parts.
Sly.
But for you guys, just to let you know, of course, we do experiments here. It's for things that videos that you guys can look at. Of course, we'll ask you, of course, what you guys actually think will happen to that type of air.
Right.
However, we only show, yes, of course, the full version. Of course, when you guys, well, not today, we'll say, for example. But if you guys want to know more about it, of course, and I think you guys are a little bit interested, you guys, what's going to happen? 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 Yes, we have, of course, our second series that is going on, of course, next week. I'm not sure. It might be this week when you guys look at this video. It's going to be, of course, on, we'll say, September 24th, right? And just to make sure you guys are set and ready, make sure that you guys do go and apply the day before, and make sure you guys have all that information in, because we need to send over you guys some information, because we're going to do it on Zoom, just to remind you guys again, not here on YouTube. But for me, I'd like to thank all of you guys here today, and of course, just to give you a sneak peek of what we're actually going to be doing in the second version, I'd like to introduce you to the next person and next topic, of course, about elements, which is to be continued.
That's not fair.
Second time today. We are TANQ Global. Of course, all of you guys know us, and we all want to know you more. This is Elements. This is our first series. Thank you very much for watching. I know some of you watched through PTIX. Some of you guys are a little bit worried if you guys can actually do English, whether or not. But don't worry about it, because, of course, if you guys have any questions, you guys can always send us over information. You can always ask us questions. Make sure you guys visit us on our Facebook Global page. We have tons of contents for you guys. You guys can all see. We'll see you guys in the second volume. See you guys. Bye. 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 Bye.